Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So, a couple of days ago, I read a story on CNN. I'll post a link to that story in the description box. But it's about the three black U.S. senators getting together to propose legislation making lynching a federal crime. And the name of the act that they have presented is called the Justice for Victims of Lynching Act of 2018. And as I was reading this story, there was some information that was disturbing, but it's not surprising given the nature of American history. In this article, it said between 1882 to 1986, there were 200 failed attempts to pass such a law. They said that between 1882 and 1968, more than 4,000 black people were lynched in this country. Despite all of those lynchings, all of those black people hung up in trees, all of those black people shot, beaten, burned, castrated, despite all of that brutality and violence against black people, Congress failed to pass a single law declaring lynching a federal crime. And that speaks to the fact that this country doesn't give a damn about black life. We know that when these lynchings occurred, these were like sporting events for these people. They gathered in large crowds, just like you would gather for a baseball game or a football game. They brought their children to these lynchings. And the people were happy to see black people lynched. They were amused to see black bodies hanging in trees. They were amused to see black bodies burned at the stake. They thought this was fun to see black men castrated. This just tells you how demented and how devilish many of these people are in this American society. And it's a damn shame that here we are, all these years later, and we still don't have a federal law declaring lynching to be a crime, a federal crime. This law would make lynching a federal crime. It would impose enhanced sentencing for those who engage in this act. And it's a damn shame that it takes this long for this to finally possibly become legislation. And we need to make sure that this law gets enacted. And even more than that, we need reparations for all those victims of lynching. That's what we need. That's really what we need. I mean, all these black people lynched without any kind of justice, summarily killed, without being brought before a court of law, people being charged on flimsy charges, being lynched on stupid allegations. There needs to be justice for all those thousands of black people killed at the hands of these lynch mobs. There needs to be restitution and reparations for those people. And they need to present that as a different law as well, demanding reparations for all of those victims of lynching. Congressman Conyers, when he was in Congress, he had presented, H.R. 40 time and time again to just study the question of reparations. That needs to be pushed. But we need to, at the very least, ensure that this law being proposed by these three black senators get passed. And it's a damn shame that we only have three black senators in the Senate. I mean, black people make up 13% of the population. And, for many years, there were no black senators. And here we are, we have three black senators, and even a conservative is on board with this. No person of conscience can oppose such a law. No person of goodwill can oppose such a reasonable measure to make lynching a federal crime. I mean, this should be common sense. This shouldn't even be up for debate or discussion. But the fact that it is, the fact that you had 200 failed attempts speaks, again, to the fact that these people have no love for black people, that these people don't value black lives at all. These people have more compassion for a gorilla than they do for a black man. They have more compassion for a lion than they do for a black man. They have more compassion for a dog than they do for a black man. But anyway, man, tell me what y'all think. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Peace.